Here we go exploring further the Moonta Mines on York Peninsula, South Australia. For much of the late 19th century, Moonta Mines was one of Australia's largest and most profitable mining operations. The company built its engine houses and treatment plants along the 5 lines of lode. The biggest ore deposit, Elders Lode, ran north-south through the middle of the Moonta Mines community, and this is where Hughes, Taylor's, Stuckey's and Stirling's shafts and ore treatment area, powered by Richmond's engine house, were all located. This photo is what this site looked like in about 1910. The actual shaft was sunk in 1862. This photo is where the Hamley tramline was. I think it terminated here. The Hamley mine, originally the Karkarilla mine, was one of the larger mines in the Moonta Wallaroo area, producing an estimated 10,000 tons of copper throughout its lifetime. It primarily operated from 1862 to 1888, although it was subsequently reworked by tributors and sold to another company in 1914. Hamley was connected by horse tramway to East Moonta and Moonta Bay from 1869 to 1930. There isn't much left of the Hamley mine. Surface installations of the Hamley Mines, Moonta. From the left is the boiler house, engine house, and crusher house. The weatherboard structure in front of the crusher house contained a Warren and May patent jig for treating low-grade vein stuff. In the foreground, below surface level, are Buddle ponds for treating fine slimes. Slime is a kind of solid waste produced by mining. The plant was erected in the early 1870s and was never modified to any great extent. The photo was taken about 1916. In 1906 a new shaft was sunk because the existing machinery and head workings were inadequate for the future operations. The new shaft was 37 meters deep. New headgear, winding engine, surface bins and railway line were installed. The new chimney stack was 80 feet high. From left to right in the photo are the ore bin, poppet head, and the winding engine house. The Moonta Mines post office was built in 1946 and operated until the mid-1970s when was bought by the National Trust. The Moonta Mines Sweet Shop has traded by that name since 1983, and is run by a group of volunteers. The Moonta Mines School was built in 1878 to educate the Cornish miners' children. The old school is now a museum. The former Moonta Mines Model School was erected in 1878. The school remained an active and important center for the Moonta Mines community for 90 years and closed in 1968. The museum tells the story of Cornish pioneers who came to South Australia for the copper mines. 1861 to 1923. It has 14 rooms and houses displays on the Cornish miners' lifestyles. Mining, lodges and friendly societies, sports and pastimes, death and hardship, extensive display of costumes, china, silverware, photographs and memorabilia and a classroom furnished in the C.1900 style. In 1878 the very large Moonta Mines School opened as a model school. It soon had an enrollment of 1,000 children, although it was built to accommodate 800. There were 5 large tailings heaps on the Moonta mine containing approximately 60,000 tons. Including Ryan's tailings heap. There was still some copper in these crushings, and in 1900 the cementation process was introduced to leach out the copper and precipitate it. This photo is of Ryan's Shaft, named after Patrick Ryan, who first discovered the copper ore here. It is the northern end of McDonald's Lode and was commenced in 1861. Moonta Mines Reservoir. The construction of the large tank on Moonta Mines Flat was completed in 1873. It was ready to receive 20,000 hogsheads of water. A hogshead was about 240 liters. Its shape would puzzle a mathematician to define. It is neither oval nor rectangular, but thing of a cross between the two, the irregularity in form having been caused by the nature of the ground excavated. Approximately its dimensions are 55 meters long, 26.6 meters wide, and 2.75 meters deep. The tank received the drainage of an extensive area of ground, including the main road. There was a roof over the reservoir. Mr. C. Thornburg, postmaster of the Moonta Mines Post Office, was appointed by the Moonta Mining Company as caretaker of the reservoir and had a small dinghy to collect debris in the water. A steam pump was used to pump water to boilers at Richmond, Taylor's and Hughes engine houses. Large underground tanks were located at mine buildings and churches, and the miners had underground tanks at their cottages. Many children lost their lives falling into these tanks. At times of drought, the Moonta Mining Company distilled water, and records show the price of water in 1869 was 45 cents a hogshead and miners' wages were $4 a week.